Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing extremely well and your placement preparation is also going well. Well, guys, you were requesting me to start a playlist on Capgemini, right? We have already a playlist on Exchanger. There are 80 videos. You can have a look if you're new to this channel. And the second playlist also on Cognizant I have started, right? In Capgemini now I'm starting the playlist. In this particular video, we will be seeing 40 plus technical assessment question. But before that, I will show you what will be the syllabus and what will be the procedure, right? There is already one video related to Capgemini uploaded on my channel. In that, I have mentioned the complete syllabus in detail, right? So you can have a look onto that video as well. And in this particular video, in summarized way, I'm sharing the syllabus with you all, right? So in assessment one, what you will get in technical assessment, so it will consist of data structures, algorithm, fundamentals of database, cloud and network. For roles specific to your streams, technical assessment would comprise of stream specific topics. Details will be shared with your placement drive. So as it is an on-campus opportunity, so the all details will be given by a TPO, or we can say the training placement officer. But this syllabus is for CSIT students. But if you are from mechanical, then technical assessment will be different for you, right? If you are from EC branch, then technical assessment will be different from you, branch based, right? It would be branch based. And then written English test, WET. So in that you will have to write an essay and cognitive assessment. So in that you will have 24 questions. Out of them you have to done 4 questions, and the question will be just simple. And I will come with the videos on that as well. So in this particular video, we will be focusing on technical assessment, because technical assessment is really very important and it's quite difficult, I can say, because the complete core branches syllabus will be there, right? In the assessment 2, so you will be having the assessment 2 on coding, right? So there will be 2 questions, and assessment 3 is related to spoken English assessment, kind of Accenture communication assessment and cognition assessment, right? So it is kind of that only. And then next is technical interview. All right, so this is the complete bifurcation. First of all, technical test. So there will be 45 questions in 45 minutes. The importance is medium to high, or I can say the difficulty is medium to high. English communication test, 30 questions will be there within 30 minutes. Game based aptitude. So 4 games out of 24 you have to do, right? And the time is this. And behavioral high competency test. So there will be some questions. There will be kind of 100 questions on based on behavioral competency test. So for that, you don't need to worry about, like, this is not a kind of your subject based, but it is based on your behavior, how you think, what is your opinion on a particular thing, right? In my previous video, I have shared some sample questions on this as well, right? So you can have a look on that. Spoken English, I have already told you, and coding, you know already that there will be 2 coding questions within 45 minutes. All right, so let's have a look on very first question. Okay, so let's bifurcate the syllabus in that technical assessment as well, right? So after so much analysis, I have found that these are the particular topics from where the Capgemini is asking the questions. So in network part, so basics of networking, types of network device, topologies question, OSI and TCP IP model, encryption standards and algorithm, attack types, security device and firewalls, right? And cloud is fundamentals of cloud computing, what are the cloud service provider, what are the cloud service model, type of clouds, and how cloud works, cloud computing architecture, and so. And if we talk about DBMS, so DBMS, sorry, it should be DBMS introduction, right? DBMS introduction, types of DBMS, what is the architecture, ER model, DBMS keys, asset properties, normalization, joins, relational algebra, MCQ based questions will be there, and from SQL questions will be there also, right? Like there will be some query. In this particular video, I will solve some questions based on SQL queries, so don't skip any step of the video. All right, so if we talk about DSA, so all the topics of DSA, really, I have observed the pattern that the questions are coming from array, linked list, stack queue, and that queue as well, DQ, priority queue. This, all these are things coming. Tree, binary search tree, ABL tree, all the trees are coming, right? It's not like that just a, if you come with basic, then yes, you can clear. No, you have to put your efforts, because the difficulty is quite high, Like I found Accenture paper is quite easy in comparison to that Capgemini. Because the syllabus is quite different here, and even in pseudocodes as well, I found that they are asking the questions based on recursion, right? Based on recursion and based on some operations as well. So they are asking the questions from stacks, queues, pseudocodes questions they are asking from that, and manipulation questions as well. So we will be solving each and everything. We will be focusing on each part. Don't worry about that, right? All right. So let's have a look on the questions now, and for that, people see. For this cloud and network security, you can refer my Accenture videos as well, because network and cloud security is the common part for Accenture and for Capgemini. So don't think that whatever is the Accenture is asking, that Capgemini cannot ask, because the paper pattern is quite common to each and every company, right? It's just vary with something only. But most of the pattern is same only, so you can refer those videos because syllabus is same. So the questions will also kind of that part only. So it will be a plus point for you if you watch the videos. I'm not promoting my videos, but the thing is, the syllabus is common. So if the syllabus is common, so why are you wasting your time in here and there if there is already multiple videos, right? But again, I will come with videos on technical assessment, everything I will cover, and also I'm planning for make some cheat sheets as I did for Accenture, right? And I found that cheat sheets are really helpful. People told me that, ma'am, your cheat sheets are really helpful for preparation. So I'm planning for these all cheat sheets as well, but it will take quite time because previous cheat sheet took me my 7 days, right? There were, I shared 4 to 6 cheat sheet and they took my 7 days. But here I promise within 3 days I will share each and every cheat sheet. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's start with the video. Okay, so this is a very first question. Which of the following is the time complexity to search an element in the linked list, right? So it is asking for time complexity and for linked list. So you can see that the question will come from time complexity. Maybe it can ask for time complexity of array or time complexity of any tree, right? And linked list question. So from here, you got the point that two topics you have to prepare. Now, what it is asking for, what is the time complexity to search an element in the linked list? So we know that linked list is kind of it's not contiguous like an array. So suppose I have these elements 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I need to search for 6. And my linked list is like 1 is here, then 3 is here, then 4 is here, and then 6 is here, and then 5 is here. So linked list is kind of the links that are pointing to each other, right? So 1 point to 3, then 3 point to 4, then 4 point to 5, and then 5 point to 6. And 6 is my last node, right? So I need to search for 6. So first of all, I will go to the head pointer and it will point me to the next location. I will come here 3. I will come here at 4. Then 4 point me to fifth node. So fifth node then point me to 6. And I will get, okay, 6 is present here. So what I did is at each step, I have traversed my complete linked list, right? Because 6 is present at the last of the linked list. So I have traversed all of the elements or all of the nodes. And it is nothing but the length of the linked list or the size of the linked list. So what it is? It is n. So I have traversed all the things within order of n time. And this is the worst case. Why? It is asking for worst case only. If this is not mentioned that you have to tell best case time complexity or average case or worst case. So always remember you have to tell worst case time complexity, right? So what is worst case? I have these elements. Now I am searching for 6 and it is present in the last, or else it is not even present in my linked list. So it can be the worst case only that it is present in last, so that I have to traverse all my linked list, or even it is not present in the linked list. So my all the hard work would be waste only, but it is the worst case only. So there can be two worst case, and in all the worst case, in both of the worst case, the time complexity will be order of n, because I have traversed my complete linked list or all the nodes. I hope it makes sense. I hope it is clear to you. So if you have the basic knowledge of DSA, you must get my point. Order of n will be the correct answer for it. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, we have an structure here and we have an integer called data, and we are making a particular node as well. New node we are making. So here node pointer. Okay, so which one of the following is the correct option to create a node? So if you see in all these options, so we have malloc function for allocating the memory, right? This is the syntax of C and C++ in DSA, right? So this pointer will point to the newly created node that is called node, right? Next. So this pointer is helpful for telling the location of the newly created node. So this answer will be correct. Sorry. This answer would be correct. Pointer, node pointer, because node is newly created node. So the pointer will point to that location what is created just now, and malloc is useful for memory allocation, and it will be the answer. Pointer equals to node pointer malloc size of node, and this is the syntax of C and C++. All right, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, which of the following data structure allow you to insert the elements from both the ends while deletion from only one end? So there is some kind of a specific queue, and this queue is called output restricted queue. And what is the functionality, or I can say what is the feature of this queue? That this queue will allow you to insert the elements from both the ends, from front end as well as from the rear end. But you can delete the element from the front end only, or in this question it is written that only one end, but the actual thing is you can delete the element from the front end only but not from the rear end. Now what is input restricted queue or what is priority queue? Let me show you. So you can have a look here. Input restricted queue. So an input restricted queue is a type of queue where NQ, that means insertion, is allowed only at one end, and that is rear end. And DQ is allowed from the both ends, that is front end or rear end, right? Now you can have a look on example. Output restricted queue is insertion is allowed at both ends, as I have mentioned in here in this question, right? It is asking for, but deletion is only allowed from the one end or in the front end, right? Front end, not that end. Okay, front end, that means edge, corner side. Okay. So output restricted queue will be the correct answer for this question. Priority queue is nothing but a priority queue is a type of queue where you can assign a priority to each node. According to your need, you can assign some priority, and that is called priority queue. Right. So it would be the answer. I have written down the explanation. All right, let's move on to the next question. And guys, see, as per my observation, in all the technical MCQs, 60 to 70% will be from the DSA only, and rest all the things will come rest part, right? But DSA is their main concept. The DSA is the like kind of focus of area. Okay, now which data structure is the best for implementing the priority queue? So let me tell you that stack, linked list, array, and heap all can be used for implementing the priority queue, but it is asking for best. So heap is best. Why? Because it provides us memory efficient, like log of n time complexity will be there, and it is also space optimized. It also provides space optimization, right? And here you can see memory efficiency. The second is here are two concepts, maximum heap and minimum heap. So max heap ensures the highest priority element, and min heap ensures the lowest priority element. And efficient operations like NQ and deletion, it can under the time complexity or the time taken will be order of log n. That's why it is best for all among these, right? I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is quite based on practical. What would be the output after performing the following operation in DQ? Okay, so let's start. Insert front. So we are doing in DQ. So insert front, that means first of all we have to insert in front. Okay, now we are done with this part. Insert front 20. Now in front we have to insert 20. So now 20 will come here, then 10 will come here, because we are inserting from the front end. This is our queue, right? This is rear end and this is front end. You know very well, right? So insert front, that means from front you need to insert 10. Then in the next step, you have to insert from front again, but you have to insert 20. So when you will insert 20, so 20 will replace this 10 to here, right? So 10 will come here and rest will be empty. Now insert rear 30. So from rear end, you have to insert 30. So when you will insert 30, so 30 will inserted from here, from rear side. So it will come here in the next step, right? Now insert rear 40, that means 40 will insert it from the rear end, so it will come here. Now delete front. So you have to delete front. So front will be deleted. So our queue will be like this. Right. Next, insert front 50. So from front, you have to insert 50. So again, 50 will be inserted and rest queue will be come as it is. All right. Now delete rear. So this rear will you have to delete. Now you will left with 50, 10 and 30. And at next you have to display. So it will be displayed on your screen or wherever you are printing your output. Like so 50, 10 and 30 will be the option number 2 will be the correct answer. I hope it makes sense. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And see, deque contain like deque can be used for inserting from front end and from rear end as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So there is a function. All right. Now, which operation does the above code perform? NQ, DQ, return the front element or both B and C. So in function, it is asking whether if it is empty, so you have to return minus 10. Else, int n, n equals to q of front. So from here, it is just a minute. Let me check for it whether there is some input or not. Okay, so as we can see here that there are two operations that are performing. So first is returning the value of this, right? With the help of this statement, returning the value of the front with the help of this statement I have highlighted. The next point is we are deleting this front. From here, we are incrementing and then we are deleting this front from here. So DQ operation is also performed. So DQ and return the front element, both are performing here. So option number D will be the correct answer. See guys, if you don't have the knowledge of D, Q, Q, etc., so it's quite difficult for you to understand because from scratch, it's kind of impossible to explain each and everything because it takes time, right? So as much as I can do in this video, I'm doing, right? I'm putting my all the efforts. But the thing is, if something is required your 30 minutes, how can I explain in 3 minutes, right? Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, which of the following principle does Q use? So Q is based on FIFO principle. FIFO and stack is based on LIFO principle. What it is? Let me clear FIFO. First in, that means first in, first out. Don't consider my handwriting, right? So first in, first out, that means the real world example of Q is suppose whenever you go for a movie, so you ask for ticket, right? So what is the rule for ticket distribution? That the one who will come first get the ticket first, right? And one who will come last get the ticket last. All right. So suppose this is a ticket counter and there is a queue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this first person will come first and he will get the ticket first and he will go out. Now he come and he got the ticket, he will go out. So this is how first in, first out principle works, right? So Q is based on this principle only. So FIFO principle is the correct answer for this particular question. Now in next, there is one more question based on stack. So I will tell you how stack works as well. Alright, so let's focus here. Which one of the following is not the type of the queue? Linear queue, yes, it is the type of queue. Circular queue, yes. Double-ended queue, yes. Single-ended queue is not the type of queue. So it will be the correct answer for this particular question. The next question is consider the following stack implemented using stack. Okay, so define size 11. That means we are defining the stack size is 11, right? So at most there can be 11 elements in our stack. We have defined this thing. Now struct stack. So we are using stack and we are using array and array contains size. That means array is of 11 size, right? Array contain. We are using arrays for implementing the stack. So array will contains 11 elements only. And in top, we have -1, right? So this is the element that is stored in the top. That means, suppose, let's understand here. Suppose this is our stack. My drawing is not good. So don't judge me on the basis of my drawing. Okay. This is our stack. So it is saying that you have 11 elements, you can store only 11 elements, right? And in top, you have -1, right? You have -1 in top. So as of now, stack is empty. So in top, -1 will be there only. Now it is asking for what would be the maximum value of the top that does not cause the overflow of the stack. So if suppose we are putting some values in our stack, right? Suppose we are putting some random values in our stack. So it is asking for what will be the maximum value where stack will not overflow. So as per I told you that stack has the stack can has the 11 number at max, and we are having one number already, right? So how many numbers we can store in it without overflowing it? Only 10 now. 11 is the capacity, and we have one element, right, already. So how many more elements we can store? 10 only. So 10 will be the answer. Simple, just based on your logic only. All right, let's move on to the next question. Next question is, which of the following is the Infix expression? Sorry, Infix operation. Infix is the company name. Infix expression. So Infix and postfix expressions are very, very important for you for your Capgemini preparation. And these are the stack operations, right? So if you don't know about it, just have a read on it. Okay, so Infix expression works in the between of operands. Operand is where we can perform some operations. Suppose it is what it is. Suppose there is A and B, right? And I'm performing A plus B. So it is an operand, and it is an operator, right? This is now infix of expression is this particular statement is based on infix operation only, where an operator is in between of operands, right? Now we need to find out which of this statement is following the infix pattern. So we can see A plus B into C. Here all these options. So directly we can see that here it is in between, and here this asterisk or this multiplication size is in between. So A will be the correct answer for this particular question, because infix follow first we should put a operand, then operator, then operand. This is the syntax of infix operator, right? So this is how it will be, option number A. All right, I hope it is clear. Now, in a complete k-array tree, every internal node has exactly k children or no child. The number of leaves in such a tree with internal node is, so there is a formula for it, and this formula is n k minus 1 plus 1. This is the formula for it. Let's move on to the explanation for that infix and postfix part I have discussed just now, right? So there are two types of notations, infix and postfix. So infix of notation, the operator like plus, minus, asterisk or divide is placed between the operands as per I told earlier, right? The values on which the operation is performed. So what is operand? The values on which the operation is performed. Okay. So suppose this is the expression A plus B, same expression I took coincidentally, right? So here plus is the operator and between A and B is the operands. Okay, so this is infix notation. Now let's see what is postfix notation, because maybe the question will ask from postfix as well. Right, so let's have a look on this. The postfix notation, the operator is placed after the operands, right? First, all the operands will come, then operator will come. Suppose this expression, AB plus. So it is denoting the postfix notation. That means, it means like A plus B only. When you will convert in infix, then it will become A plus B. But if we are presenting postfix notation, that means, first of all, you have to denote all the operands, then operator, right? So this is what. Now postfix operation don't need parentheses to indicate the order of operations, making them easier for computers to evaluate. Okay, so this is kind of note only. So conversion examples. So suppose this is the statement, or this is the syntax for infix. Here we can see first operator, then operand, then operator, then then operand, then operator, then operand, right? Operand, operator, operand. This is the pattern. And in postfix, first of all the operands, then operator. I hope it makes sense. How it works, you can have a look here. Postfix evaluation. Suppose we have to evaluate this. AB plus C, asterisk, step by step, we are evaluating it. So first of all, operands first push A and B to stack. As per I told earlier that these are the stack operations. So how they will work, let me make the diagram here, that operand first push A and B. So if we can, here we can see that our statement is, or our expression is, expression and statement both are same only, right? So our expression is this. So first of all, I have to push A and B in my stack. So I will push one by one. So this is my stack. First of all, we have to read A. That means we have to push A in my stack. Then B. So we will push B, right? Then it is plus operator. So plus will be pushed. Now we can see whenever we have an operator, so we will pop out this and we will pop out all these operands, right? So plus will be pop out, and this operands also, B will come here and A will come here, and A plus B will be pushed into stack. Now the stack will look like A plus B. So whatever will be the result, suppose sum will be the result. So I am denoting with S. So sum will be push into stack. Now this C will be pushed. So C will push. Now star or the asterisk operator. So asterisk will come. So when now again we got asterisk symbol or we got multiplication symbol. That means operator. It will pop out. So operator will pop out. Now it will pop out both of these operands as well. So C will pop out and S will also pop out. So they will multiply and the resultant will be stored in the final stack, and that resultant will be the final output of this question. Based on this formula or based on this expression, we have multiple questions in this particular video only, and all those questions were previously asked in Capgemini, right? Let's move on to the next question. I hope the things are clear to you till now. Anyways, let's move on to the next question. See guys, if you have doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. I'm performing my best, right? By like I have written down all the written explanation here so that you can revise. Okay, let's have a look. Which of the following is not the correct statement for a stack data structure? It is asking for not the correct statement. So arrays can be used to implement the stack. Just now we saw in the question that yes, we are using stacks to implement the stack. So it cannot be the answer because it is asking for not correct. Stacks follows FIFO. It is not correct because stacks follow LIFO principle. That means last in, first out. So let me show you the working of stack. So suppose I need to insert 1, 2, 3, 4, right, in my stack. So first of all, I have to write 1 and it will be pushed into stack. So okay, 1. Then 2. So it will come here. Then 3. So it will come here. Then 4. So it will come here. Now suppose I have to delete all these elements or I have to pop out all these elements, right? So inserting an element in a stack is called push, and deleting an element from the stack is called pop, right? So now I have to pop out. So what I will do, I will first pop out this, right? So the last inserted will pop out first. This is what it is. Last insert, last in first out, last in first out. So it was inserted at last, so it will pop out at the very first time. Then 3 will pop out. That will was that was the third element, so it will pop out. Then 2 will pop out. Then 1 will pop out, and this is how stack will goes empty. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, now this question is from recursion, okay, and from pseudocodes. So in here we have main function and this is a recursive function. So we are calling main function again and again. Okay. So in main function what we have is static int I equals to 5. That means I have initialized once and it will not be affected in the next iteration, right? So static int I 5. So we have 5. If minus 5. So it is pre-decrement operator. That means 5 will decrement it to 4. So 4 I value will become 4 now, and we need to print fi. So I will be printed. That means 4 will be printed at first time. Now again main function will call. That means we will come here again. So it was static only. So the value of I will not change, will not be affected, right? Will not be affected. And this, the last value will be, I can say the last value will be considered only. So 4 is now considered here. So 4 minus 4, that means 3. So 3 will come here. That means we need to print 3. Again, we are calling the main function, right? So if we are calling the main function again, so it will come here. So it will become minus 3. That means it will become 2. So 2 will be printed now. right? Now again main function will call, so it will come here. So again minus minus 2, that means 1. So 1 will be printed. So again it will call, so it will become 0. If 0 matlab, if 0 means false, the condition is false, so it will out of the function, or it will exit from the function, and it will be the our desired output 4321. Static means that I value will just consider 5 for one time only, right? Rest will be the last updated value we will be having. All right, I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. So this question is quite tricky, and most of you can answer it wrong. Right. Now let me tell you what is the trick and why you will mark the wrong answer. I will tell you both of the things. Right. I know this video will going to be quite long, but definitely going to be helpful for you. Right, so there is a function, and in our program, the first parameter is passed by reference and the second parameter is passed by value. The catch is here only. If you have the depth knowledge of your subject, you can easily solve this question. But if you just read for semesters only, you will make the mistakes. Right, if the value of P is 5 before the call, then what is the value that returned by FP, P? So here, the first parameter is passed as the reference and the second is passed as the value, right? And we are calling this function by passing p. So initially we have this function p comma p, that means 5 comma 5, right? So this function call will take place, that means 5 comma 5, and it will come here, so 5 comma 5. Okay, now C assign C minus 1. So at place of C, what we have? 5 only. So it will become 5 minus 1, that means 4. Now let's check if C is equals to 4. Sorry, C is equals to 0. So we have 4. 4 is equals to 0. No, we will come here. Right, we will come here. If condition is not true, so we will directly jump onto the next line, because here is a return statement. So we will not go onto the return. We will directly jump onto the next line. In next line, what we are doing, we are incrementing our x value by 1. So x value was 5. 5 plus 1 will become 6, right? Now here, we are making a function call for this. So this function, here we are working here now. Now it will return function x comma. So x value has now 6 comma c. C was 4 from here into x. Now why I am writing x here, you will have the idea after some time. Because the thing is, in our question, it is already written that we are passing the value as a reference. X value is passed as the reference. That means the latest or the last updated value will only assign to X. That means for all the value that will require the value of X, for all those value, the latest or the last updated value of X will be assigned to them. Right. This is what this means, that the reference, right? Reference means the latest value is being updated and it was assigned to, it will be assigned to all the remaining values for X. So that's why I'm putting X here. Right. Now this function call will take place. So again same thing will happen. So C assigns C minus 1. That means at the value of C we have 4. So this time it will become 3. Now let's check for the condition. If C is equals to 0, that means 3 is equals to 0. No. So we will come here, x assign x plus 1. That means x was 6. So this time it will become 7. It will return this thing. That means this function will return the function call for x value equals to 7 and c value equals to 3 into x. Again, I'm writing x. I will tell you why I'm writing x. Okay. Now, sorry. Now this function call will take place, right? It will come here. C value will be decremented by 1. So it will now 2. Now if C equals to 0, once again the condition is false. We will come here directly, right? X assign x plus 1. That means x was 7 last time, plus 1 will become 8. It will return this thing. That means this function will return this function call. That means 8 comma C value is now 2 into x again, right? Now this function call will take place. So again the same thing will happen. C assign C minus 1. That means it will become now 1. And once again C is not equals to 0. So we will come here x assign x plus 1. That means it will become 9 now. And same thing will return here. This function call will now go for 9 comma 1 into x, right? Now once again this function call will take place and it will check for the value C equals to C minus 1. C was 1. 1 minus 1 will become 0. It will check for the condition c is equals to 0. Yes, this time c is equals to 0, so it will return 1. That means return 1. That means our function will got exit from here, right? So this function call will return 1, right? And the latest value of x is 9 from here, and this 9 value will be assigned to this, and this 9 value will assign to all of the previous x. This is what reference means. This is what reference means. So wherever we have 9, I'm just replacing it with, wherever we have x, I am replacing it with 9. So it will become 9, it will become 9, and it will become 9. And from here, we got function, we got 1. So this 1 will replace to here 1, this 1, 1, then this 1, 1. Right. So all these 9 will multiply. So it will become 9 into 9 into 9 into 9 into 9. So whenever we multiply it into 1, because function at last we are getting the value of the function is 1. So whenever we will multiply all the nines, how many nines we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 4 nines we have. So whenever we will multiply these all, so we will get the answer at 6561, and it will be the final answer. Right. Just the catch was, it is asking for that x is working as the reference, and if it as x is working as the reference, so that means the latest updated value of x will be passed to all the previous value of x. That is what it means. But suppose if x was working as value only, so at that time, each time x value, like here x value is 6, so it will be multiplied by 6. Here x value is 7, so it will be multiplied as 7. Here 8, so it will be multiplied at 8. So this is how it will work, and that's how. If it is asking for value, so the answer will be 3024, right? But it is asking for reference because the first parameter is working as a reference, so the answer will be 6561. I hope it makes sense. I hope it is clear you that where you can make mistakes, right? Just understand the concept of reference and call by value. Call by reference and call by value really plays an important role in your programming language. I hope it makes sense. Okay, so option number A will be the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, what will be the output if limit equals to 6? Now, first of all, you have to read limit. That means limit will be assigned as 6 only. N1 assign 0, N2 assign 1, N3 assign 1, count assign 1. Then there is a while loop, and that's how. Okay, so for this question, you have to answer in the comment section because it is quite time taken but easy, right? So you have to solve it on your own. It's kind of Fibonacci series only. You have to solve on your own. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is based on recursion. So I'm solving it. For input a equals to 8 and b equals to 9. Okay, so we have a function input a and input b. So here just call by value only, right? If a is less than b. So initially we have this function that is having 8 comma 9, right? So it is checking if a is less than b. So 8 is less than 9. Yes, it is true. So it will return this function call. So it will return a function call simple and just swap value, right? So 9 comma 8 will be 6. Again, this is a function call. So same function will call for the changed parameter. So once this function will call, let's have a look here. Now at the place of a, what we have? 9. Right. So 9 will come here, 8 will come here. Now we will check if a is less than b. So a is now 9, is less than b, that means 8. This time the condition is false. So we will out of this if part and we will check here in else part. So it is checking for else if b is not equals to 0. So 9 is not equals to 0. Yes, the condition is true. So it will return this thing. Right. So this function will return a plus a function call for a comma b minus 1. That means if we solve it further, so what we will get? A. That means 9. So 9 plus function call a, that means 9 comma b minus 1, that means 7. Right. So now this function call will take place. Let's solve again. So at the place of A, we have 9. At the place of B, we have 7. Let's check if A is less than B. So 9 is less than 7. The condition is false only. We will out here and we'll check for the condition. Else if B is not equals to 0. So 7 is not equals to 0. Yes, the condition is true. We will return this thing. So if it is returning this thing, that means this function will return this thing only. So A plus, that means 9 plus a function call for 9 comma 6, right? Now this function call will take place and same thing will happen. Now just uh, remember all those operations whatever we have performed, and it will return at last. Okay, let me solve completely. So when we make this function call, so it will come here and it will check if 9 is greater than 9 is less than 6. It is false only. We will come here. B is not equals to 0, so 6 is not equals to 0. Yes, the condition is true, so it will return this thing. That means it will return 9 plus, because at the place of a we have 9 every time. 9 plus again a function call for a comma, that means 9 comma 5. Right. So if we see what is the pattern, every time it is adding 9 and 9 comma 7, 9 comma 6, 9 comma 5. So every time b value is decremented only. So the next what? 9 plus function call 9 comma 4. And next 9 plus function call 9 comma 3. Similar pattern we are following only. Again 9 plus function call 9 comma 2. Again 9 plus function call 9 comma 1. Right. Again 9 plus function call. So if we check here, so it will become 9 comma 0. Right. For this function call, what it will become here? It will return else if b is not equals to 0. So again, when it will check for b, so b is 0 equal 0. So this time this condition is going to be uh, false, and we will come here else. It will return 0. That means it will return 0. So this answer will return to this function called the previous one. That means the answer is 0 only here. 0 when all the function calls will get the answer as 0. But as we know that we are adding nines, right? Every time we are adding nines. So how many nines we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 nines we have, and they are adding each other. So 9 plus 9 plus 9, 8 times. So what we will get? 72 as the answer. Right? The question was easy but tricky. Right? I hope it makes sense. If your recursion concept is clear, so you can get it easily, but I have tried in my best way that I can explain it to you. All right, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, initially we have our array 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. Now we are updating the value of index 2. That means array index starts from 0 only. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So array of 2 will become 6 plus 7. That means 30 plus array of 3. So what is the value of array of 3? 3 only. So it will become 16. So our array will get modified to 2, 3, and at the place of 2 we will have 16 and then 4, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is our updated array. Now don't look for it. Now have a look onto the condition. If 1 plus 7, so I'm taking here, if 1 plus 7, that means 8 plus array of 0. So what we have in array of 0? 2 only. 2 is less than 7 XOR. This is not power operator. This is XOR. That is bitwise XOR. I will explain how it will work. Array of 1. So what we have in array of 1? 3. Okay. So let's solve this thing first. So it is a bitwise XOR operator. So first we need to convert them into binary. Right. So how we can convert? There is a simple trick. 8, 4, 2, 1. You can expand this series according to your need. But as we have 7, so 7 is less than 8. So till 8 we will require. So how we can make 7? So if we make 4 bit, 2 bit and 1 bit, 1, 1, 1. So what will be the sum? 7 only. So this is how we can convert 7 into binary. And for 3, 2 bit and 1 bit will become 1 and rest will be 0. And now let's understand the working of XOR operator. So just remember a short trick. If both of these operands are same, doesn't matter 1 1 or 0 0. If both are same, so the answer will be 0. Right? And if both are different, 0 1 or 1 0, so the answer will be 1. Just remember this shortcut trick. And what it is? It is nothing but 4. So the answer of this is 4. So 8 plus 2, that means 6 is less than 4. The condition is false. We will out of that part. Directly we will come here in the else part. And in else we are updating the value of array of 3. That means the index 3 will update it to some value. Right? Array of 3 will become array of 2. That means 16 plus array of 1. That means 3 plus array of 1, that means 3. So what it will become? 16 plus 6. So it will become 24. That means array of 3 will become 24. So our array will become updated to 2, 3, 16, comma 24. That means at the at the third index of our array, we will have 24 now. End of it. Okay. Once again, we have to check for a condition. Now let's check for the condition. If array of 3, that means what we have in array of 3? 24. So 24 plus array of 0. So array of 0 is 2. Is greater than array of 0 minus. So it will become 2 minus array of 3. That means 22. So it will become 26 is greater than minus 22. Yes, of course, the condition is true. We will update the value of array of 3 to 10 and 8. So this is the bitwise AND. Again, we need to convert them into binary and we will need to take the AND operator. So let's convert 10 and 8 into binary. I am converting here 8, 4, 2, 1. How we can make 10? 10, 8 plus 2 will become 10. So 8 bit and 2 bit will become 1 and 1. Rest will be 0. And 8. Only 8 will enough. Okay. Now AND works if both of the operands are 1 and 1. Only in that case the answer will be 1. Rest all the cases will be 0. So here 0, here 0, here 0 and here 1. So the answer will be 8 only for this particular thing. So it will be 8 and array of 2. What we have in array of 2? 16. So it will become 24 only. So array of 3, that means it will become same only, that means 24. And if printf array of 1, that means this 3 plus array of 2, that means 16 plus array of 3, that means 24. So when we add it all, so it will become uh, and it will become one thing we mistake something we have done. Just let me check it again. 10 and 8 if we done clear or not. Let me take it here. 8, 4, 2, 1. So it will become 10. Okay. Now what we need to take? 0, 0. Okay. So here 0, 0, 0 and 1. So it will become 8 only. Alright. So we have 8 plus array of 2. That means 16. So 16 plus 8, 24. Alright. So print 1. That means 3 at the index 1. So 3 plus 16 will become 19 plus 24. So 19 plus 24. Answer should be 43 or I think we have done some mistake somewhere. Let me again do it. One silly mistake we did is here we have 6 plus 7, that means 13 plus array of 3. That means this value we should take and we took 3, right? So it should be 4 and it will become 17. So it will be come to array of 2 place. That means it will become here 17 and we are getting the difference of 1 now only. So 16 is replaced with 17. Here we will have 17 and this 17 will be added to here and that's how we will have the answer as 44. Sorry for the mistake, but I am a human only. Anyways, we have find out our mistake. 44 will be the correct answer. I hope all the things are clear to you. But still you have doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. I am open to tell you. All right, let's move on to the next question. So first, let me just erase this, whatever we have here. The given query can be replaced with. So this is our query. So the question is from SQL query, right? Select name from instructor 1 where salary is less than equals to 1 lakh and salary is greater than equals to 90,000. Okay. So this query can be replaced with what? So this query can be easily replaced with if we write it as like select name. Initially we will have same only. Then from instructor 1, right? Then this line can be replaced with what? Where salary is between 1 lakh and 90,000, right? So this and can be replaced with between because here just we are talking about that whether the salary will be less than 1 lakh and greater than 90,000. That means in between of these two only. So between will be the best replacement for it and option number C will be the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, which of the following refers to the level of the data abstraction that describes exactly how the data actually is stored? See, data abstraction is nothing but hiding all the important details and just showing the functionality. Suppose let's take an example of AC, air conditioner, right? So we just know that, okay, it is giving us cool air, right? But we don't know the internal functionality, what is happening behind the scene, right? This is what abstraction is. Now, uh, which of the following refers to the level of data abstraction that describes exactly how the data actually stored? So, this representation is comes under the category of physical level. It tells us that how the data is being designed, how the data is actually structured and stored. So, physical level is the correct answer for this particular question. I will show you the explanation as well. Let's have a look on this. Okay. So data abstraction means displaying or sharing only the data that is needed and hiding all the important other details or unnecessary to you. However, the data abstraction level that describes how the data was actually stored in the user's machine or system is known as the physical level. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following command is the type of data definition language command? So create command is type of data definition language. There are four types of DBMS language, right? So when I will give you the cheat sheet for DBMS, I will explain all these commands and how they work, what are the queries in them, what are the commands in them. I will explain there itself, right? Now have a look onto this explanation. The data definition language is generally used to maintain or define the structure of the database. For example, creating a table, drop table, alter table. In short, we can say that the command of data definition language is used to work on the table schemas inside the database. So it comes under in the category of uh, data definition language create, right? Okay, let's have a look on the next question. The term TCL stands for Simple Transaction Control Language. DML, TCL, DDL, these type of languages are there in database. TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. Let's have a look on next question. Which of the following is used in the application programs to request data from the database management system? So it comes under the category of data manipulation language, uh, right? So it will be the explanation for you that to fetch data from the database management system, generally the select command is used. Therefore, the data definition language is used in the application program while requesting the data from the database management system. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. The given query can also be replaced with select name course ID from instructor teaches, where instructor ID equals to teacher's ID. So here the instructor ID will assign teacher's ID. That means these are having the same ID. So the natural join concept will applicable here, and natural join will be the correct answer for this. See guys, if you don't have the knowledge of SQL joins etc., it's quite hard to understand this thing. But anyways, I will try to come with a complete tutorial on SQL as soon as possible. But yeah, I guarantee that I will provide you the cheat sheet, right? All right. So let's have a look on to next question. Read the query carefully. Select employee name from department, where department name like. So in computer science, okay. Now in the given query, which of the following can be placed in the query's blank portion to select the department name that also contains computer science as its ending string? Okay. So there must be some string, right? So for searching an string, we use this percent symbol, right? For searching a string, we use this percent symbol. So this will be the answer, and this is the explanation here. In the above given query, the percent operator will be used, which is generally used while searching for a certain pattern in the string, right? So as it is written that it will end with computer science. So there is a certain pattern, right? So it will fetch out this thing that will contain the same pattern it is asking for. So you can have a look on the explanation. Let's have a look on to next question. Then now we will be solving the question from networks and cloud. A local area network LAN is defined by simple by the geometrical size of the network, right? LAN is local area network. we can say like kind of in campus or in particular building. So it comes under the category of LAN area network. After PAN, LAN. PAN, LAN, MEN, and then. Okay, you must be having the idea of it. The largest geographic area a wide area network can span is. Wide area network means the whole world, right? The whole world will be the correct answer of this question. Okay. The TCP/IP protocol suite, which of the following is an application layer protocol? So for Accenture, I have provided a cheat sheet for cloud and network security. And there I described OSI and TCP model itself, right, in very detail, and crisp and clear explanation is there in your for you as well. I will provide. Don't worry. Right. So for application layer, see, for on each layer, there are some protocols working on, and it is asking for on application layer what will be the protocol. So there are multiple protocols that works on application layer: HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SMTP, etc. So here FTP will be the correct answer because UDP works on transport layer, IP works on network layer, and the or we can say internet layer. The transmission control protocol TCP works on transport layer. So FTP will be the correct answer for this question, and you can have a look of all the protocols here itself. Application layer, presentation layer, session layer are combined in TCP/IP model. We know it, right? So these are the all protocols used on these layers. And transport layer, TCP, UDP, and on network layer, or it's sometimes called as internet layer as well. So ICMP, IGMP, IP protocol, that means internet protocol. ARP protocol, RARP, data link layer, and physical layer doesn't have these kind of protocol. These have some internet, etc. Right? So these are the protocols you can have a look. Anyway, let's come on to next question. In the TCP/IP protocol suite, which of the following is a transport layer protocol? Transport layer protocol. Just now I've shown you that TCP and UDP are the protocols that works on transport layer. Let's have a look on to next question. UDP and TCP are two protocols and just now we saw that works on transport layer. UDP packets are called, UDP stands for user datagram, right? What I said, user datagram protocols, right? User datagram protocol will be the correct answer for this question. On transport layer, the data is converted into some segments. If it is dealing with TCP, so it will convert it into segments, and if it is dealing with UDP, if UDP protocol is taking care of this, so it will convert in them datagram protocol. Let's have a look on to next question. The next question is, cloud computing is a kind of abstraction which is based on the notion of combining physical resources and represent them as resources to user. So as virtual resources to user, because in cloud computing, abstraction is the main thing, right? And all the things that are abstracted and all will be available to virtual, right? Available in a virtual format. So virtual will be the correct answer for this particular question. Let's have a look on to next question. Which one of the following cloud concept is related to sharing and pooling the resources? This question is repeatedly asked in Accenture, and the answer of this question is virtualization. Almost in all my video, I solved this question, I remember, right? Because it's quite frequently asked question in Accenture. So maybe in your exam as well, it can ask. The next question is, which of the following is an essential concept related to cloud? So cloud, I can say the main important thing in cloud computing is abstraction. Okay, have a look. In cloud computing, the client is on which end? So client works on front end and cloud works on back end, right? So the question can be asked in two ways, client and cloud. So client works on front end and the cloud works on back end. So front end will be the correct answer for it. Let's have a look on to next question. Google Cloud Platform is an example for. So Google Cloud Platform is an example of public cloud, right? I hope it is clear. Just let me check it again. I told you na, data structure plays an important role in your Capgemini exam. Okay. So which of the following statement is incorrect for linked list data structure? So memory allocation from heap, memory allocation from stack, size is not fixed, it occupies more memory than array. Which structure is incorrect? Okay. So size is not fixed. Yes, we know. That's why we use linked list now, because in array we have fixed size. So this is the issue with array. That's why we use either dynamic array using vector in C++ or in Java. I can say array list, I guess, because I'm not Java person, so I'm not sure about it. But I guess array list is useful for it. And in C and C++, we use linked list for the size problem. So it is correct only. It occupies more memory than array. Of course, it occupies more memory than array. Memory allocation from heap. Yes, because in linked list, uh, the memory will not be in contiguous fashion like in array, right? So it will have some, like, suppose 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, 4 is here, and something like that in distributed function. So whenever we have distributed memory, we use heap. Heap data structure for allocating the memory, and stack is useful for continuous memory. So this option B, that is memory allocation from stack, is the correct answer. That is incorrect statement for linked list. Let's have a look onto this question. If you are using a bubble sort for sorting the given number in ascending order, then find out the number of swapping needed. So see, to understand this question, you should know the concept of bubble sort. In short, I'm telling, because it will take like 20 or 25 minutes to uh, explain the bubble sort only. So in short, just I'm telling that it will, in every iteration, one element, that is the largest element, will goes to, or will applies to its final position. So here we can see that 16 is the largest element, right? So how many swaps it will take to come onto the last position, because we are arranging our array in short to, what I can say, in descending to ascending order, right? So at last it should come, because it is the largest element. So how many swaps will be needed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 swaps will be needed for 16. Now for 13, because the second largest element is 13. For 13, 4 will be needed. 4 swaps will be needed. Now for 12, 3 swaps will be needed. Then for 10, 2 swaps will be needed. Then for 9, 1 swap will be needed, and for 10 will, the 3 will already come at its place. So total will be 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15. So this is how 15 swaps will be needed here to arrange this array using bubble sort. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, convert the postfix expression into infix. So we have postfix expression. We have already talked about this, right? So how it works? First of all, operand will come, then operator will come. Now we want that to convert in infix. So infix works, first of all operator. First of all operand, then operator, then operand, right? So here, first of all, what we will have in our stack? A. So we need to read A, and we will push A in our stack. Okay, A will come here. Now B. So B will come here in stack B, right? Now we have plus. So plus will come here. But we got plus. That means we got operator. So all the things will be pop out, and it will perform A plus B, right? Or we can say B plus A. So simple. It will perform A plus B, right? So it should be A plus B. So let's try to eliminate the option, and this parenthesis will be automatically come here. So either the option will be A or C, right? Now, if we see the next thing, that now we need to take C and D, right? So C and D. So push C and push D. The next is this asterisk operator. So it will be pushed. Now we got operator. So let's pop out everything, and C and D will be multiplied, and it will be like this. Okay. Now C and D in multiply and in parenthesis in which option? So in this option we have third option, like that. So it will follow the same pattern for postfix. So this is how you can use the option elimination technique as well. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So this question is based on postfix expression, and now we have to evaluate this. Okay, so let's again draw our stack. So first of all, what we have to read 2. Okay, so 2 will be pushed. Then we have to read 3. So 3 will be pushed. Then plus. So we got operator. That means all the things will be pop out now. So all the things will be pop out. So what we will have, 3 plus 2 will become 5. Now this 5 Now our stack is empty only. Once we have pop out all the things, so and we have done with this operation. So this 5 will be pushed. So 5 is pushed now. Now let's come here again and let's see, read it. So 5, right? So 5 will be pushed. Now the next operation is asterisk or the multiplication. So multiplication will be pushed. Now we got an operator. Let's pop out everything. So 5 into 5. First, this operator will become and then 5 and then 5. So the resultant will be 25. Now this resultant will be stored in the empty stack. Now again, let's store this resultant here 25. Let's read again. Till now we have done with this. Now let's read this. 2 will be read it. Then 3 will be read it. Right? Just a minute. And 3 will be read it. Then what we will get, just a minute, then what we will get plus. So find out plus. Okay, let's pop out this. Plus will be pop out. Let's pop out this. 3 will be pop out. Let's pop out this. 2 plus 3. So what it will become? 5. 5. But 25 is not pop out yet. Right. So in our stack, what we have in new stack, so 25 was there only. This 5, the resultant will be stored again. So it will like this. So 5 and 25 we have in our stack. Move here. Till now we have done. Let's read 4 and we will store 4 in our stack, right? Then plus 4. Okay, so this 4, just a minute, this 4 will be pushed into our stack. Now we got an operator, that means this operator will pop out, this thing will pop out, and the second last also. So it will become 9, right? So this 9 will be stored here, first of 25, and then this 9 will be stored here. Then at last, what we have done till now here, just we have this asterisk symbol, so it will be inserted. Now it will be pop out, it will be pop out, that means here, then this, and then the last. So it will become 225. 25 nines are 225, and 225 will be the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it makes sense. I hope you got the idea that okay, how this works. All right, let's move on to the next. This is a complete explanation. You can have a look here. Let's move on to next question. Just we are around to wrap up. If we draw a binary search tree by inserting the given number from left to right, then what will be the height of the VST? So binary search tree means root node, then left child will be the one which is smallest from the root node, and right child will be the greatest from the root node, right? So first of all, let's insert 1. So okay, we have insert 1. Then 4. Let's compare whether 4 is smallest or greatest than this one. So 4 is greater. So it will be inserted in the right side. So it will be inserted 4. Okay. Insert 3. So let's compare 3 with 4. So whether it is less than 4 or greater than 4. So it is less than 4. So it will come here in the left side. Right. So 3 will be inserted. Now insert 5. So 5 will be checked whether 5 is greater than 3 or less than uh, what? Sorry, 4. So here, let me check it again. Okay, so 1, 4, 3. How many members are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have done with 3. Okay, now let's check for 5. So we will compare with 3, right? Because this time the root node or the last node inserted is 3. So whether 5 is greater than 3 or less than 3. So it is greater than, so it will be inserted in right side 5. Now insert 7. So 7 is greater than 5 or less than 5. So 7 is greater than 5. So it will be inserted at right side. So 7. Now 9. So 9 will be compared to 7. So again it is greater than 7. So it will be at right side 9. Okay. So it is asking for what would be the height of the VST. So height means the number of edges. Right. So these are the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 will be the height of the VST. Right? I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following data structure is non-linear? So we all know that array, stack, queue, these are the linear, and graph and tree are the non-linear data structure. Let's have a look on to last question for today. I guess it's last. Yes, it is last. Oh. Okay. Linked lists are used to implement stack, queue, or tree. So all the three are true, that We can use English for implementing a stack, queue, or tree uh, based on our need, based on our requirements and relevancy, right? So I hope all the questions are clear to you. And yes, this is the pattern of Capgemini only. I know it's quite difficult, but if you know the basics, right, it requires to revise the concept of your DSA mainly, right? So if anyways, I will give you proper resources, but I need time, right? So again, if you like this video, if you like my efforts, and if you can feel my efforts, then please just do it the subscribe. Okay, let's meet in the next video. I will upload this PPT in my Telegram group. So if you are not the part of Telegram community, just head over to the link given in the description. You will be the part of the Telegram community, right? So we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care. Keep preparing, keep exploring, and don't take stress. I know it's quite like heavy time for you, but you have to manage it. Okay, let's move on to sorry, let's end the video.